Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Danielle, and I'm from Cageless Readings. So today's pick a card reading, I actually don't pull the piles first, and then now doing the intro. So what we're going to be seeing here, or doing a reading on, sorry, is why are you being so hard on yourself, and just some guidance and support for each of the piles. So that being said, if you've never done a pick a card reading before, how it works is it's best just to get grounded first. So you just take a few deep breaths in and out, maybe even closing your eyes. You feel your feet on the floor, kind of get more embodied. Try to drop your busy mind, try to drop down from the busy mind into the heart or into the physical body. So if you have a meditation practice, it might look like just closing your eyes and intentionally kind of feeling your focus on your mind dropping down through your head, through your throat, into your chest. Other people who maybe are just like not as used to that and aren't as visual can help just to really start feeling the body, like feeling, like your feet on the floor, maybe your back against the seat, just like really feeling in, maybe weighting your feet, getting into it, and taking a deep breath just helps calm down the nervous system so you can get more embodied. So that being said, if your eyes are closed, taking a few deep breaths, you ask yourself if there's a message for you in one of these piles. You open your eyes and then you look at each of the piles and you just see if there's anything that catches your eye. Like it could be the number on a card, it could be the color, the imagery. It could just be because you like that card. There really is no right or wrong way to do this. And then obviously once you get into the reading, if it's not really resonating with you, then that's just a great sign to choose another pile. Sorry. My cat just jumped off my chair and it rolled away, if you heard that sound. Okay, so anyway, so pile one, your option today is this card here. It's number 45, or also the Seer card. Looks like these. Pile two is Beauty Away. It's number 4. And it looks like this. It's a dragonfly if you can't quite see. Dragonfly in the card. And then lastly, pile 3 is this number 8 circle card, the circle. There you are. Those are your options. So another way you can choose is by looking at the timestamp next to each pile in the description box below. See if a number there stands out to you. Otherwise, if you're called to one of the piles, I'll see you in your card readings. Hello, pile 1. So we are just going to be pulling some cards on why are you being so hard on yourself, and guidance and suggestions. I'm not going to do an energy check today because I kind of feel like the whole reading will essentially be an energy check. So yeah, that being said, let's just get right into it. So all in love and light for your highest good. As always, why are you being so hard on yourself? What's going on what's going on in your world right now? Why are you being so hard on yourself? Okay. Those here. With that, Flo, the Gatherer, and the Seer. Got my cat Charlie discovering fire. And I don't think he's liking it. Okay. Excuse me, buddy. Excuse me. Okay. Just asked for some clarifying things. Clarifying and okay. Cool. All right, let's get into your reading here. Okay, let me just actually fix the frame a bit. Okay, that's better. All right, so over here we have the Flow, the Gatherer, and the Seer, which actually all these really talk about the same thing. So Flow, as you can probably guess, talks about not trying to work against the river, not trying to work against what's happening in your life, not trying to force doors to open that don't want to open or were not meant to be opened. and going down the path that the river is actually trying to take you. And the Gatherer talks all about, um, well, in this deck, it talks all about how people who don't know what they're looking for, they can't see it. So it's almost like, um, it's very interesting, actually. It's almost like the answers and the blessings, and there's so much abundance and opportunity right in front of you. Like there's so many seeds of opportunity everywhere. But if you don't know to look for them, then you just don't even see them. It makes me think about like if you ever been someone who's ever thought about getting into foraging, or if not, just maybe bear with me on this example. Um, if you think about getting into foraging, at first you're like, oh, I've seen all these like plants, they all kind of look the same, or I noticed some things are different, but it's just like a plant. But then once you get into learning what each plant does, you start to see that like there's wild mint out there, there's like wild thyme or wild raspberries, blueberries, like strawberries. Like it was all right there. Like all these things that you go to a grocery store and go and buy for way less freshness, it's just growing right there and was right in front of you this whole time and you never knew it. That's what it makes me think of. It's like, uh, especially with like the solar plexus integrity and like playfulness coming through, it just tells me that there's like something you're really fixated on that you want to happen, and there's actually like that thing might not be for you in the way that you're going after it, but there is other opportunities that you're not seeing. I don't know, usually I kind of get with this too though, is like we're trying so hard to get things done in the way we think they need to be done, but actually when that like there's so much orange and like fairies represent play that talks about the sacral. It's like actually if you just like take a couple breathers, pause for a second, and like open your eyes again, being like, okay, this solution or this goal I'm going after isn't working in the way I'm going to. What am I not seeing in the situation? Like opening your eyes and really observing it as if you've never looked in the environment. It's almost like it's so funny. I'm having such a hard time explaining this to this pile because I feel like there's a lot of stuckness. Like I'm trying to explain this, but you're thinking about the thing you're really trying to get after, and you're like, I don't know, I don't know. And I'm like, you're still so focused on it working out exactly how you have it in your mind that I, even as I'm trying to give examples of how to like shift that, it's very stuck. So essentially what I'm trying to say is like, what is the example of, like, say if you're trying to I think this could be like career based. So if you're trying to get, say, hit uh 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, we'll say randomly. And you're like, I don't know how to do that. You're so focused on the 100,000 subscribers and very logically about how that should play out. Like, you're like, well, I have to like tag this, collaborate with this person. I have to like, you like have this, all these like, this is what you're supposed to do things. And it's like, all right, what if you just stop thinking about all the things you're supposed to do? Which I know is kind of crazy, but let's just bear with me. What if you just stop thinking about all the things you're supposed to do and you're like, okay, why did I start this YouTube channel? What do I actually want to do with it? Like, in the sense, like, what do I actually want to record? What actually is like a fun thing that I would want to do? Because this talks about like bringing more joy into the activity to get unstuck. So, say you've had this idea about I don't know, interviewing a friend or hiking up a mountain and just like doing shooting a video for that. And then you're like, "Oh, but that's not really what the algorithms are wanting. I need to be doing all these other things." It's like, actually, just go do that thing. And then your energy around it will shift because like I feel like this pile might be like, I know everyone's always saying manifest this, manifest that, but like I'm trying so hard to like make it into my physical reality. The irony is like if you go back to joy and you take out the stress, that's what it is. Like it's hard to be stressed when you're experiencing fun and joy. I don't know if you've noticed that in your life, but it's like it goes into two different like states. So if you get back to joy and just doing some things just for like without expectation, you're like, I just want to do this. This is something I've been having on my list to get done. Although I don't think it's going to be the most profitable for the YouTube channel or the most profitable for my business or my work. It's actually just what I actually really want to do. So it's like, go do that. And just even by going and doing that and getting out of the stress state, the stuck state, that's going to help you like follow a new vision, a new way, open your mind to like other options. So it's number one thing that I'm trying to say here with all my words that feel like they're not hitting the nail on the head for you. I'm just trying to say, if you go and do some things for fun and you truly are having fun doing them and it's like following a passion, it's going to help you get out of this stress state that is like making you feel like you're walking you're walking against the tides of a river. Like like I'm thinking of like whitewater rafting here and like you trying to walk up that river and it's like it's an impossible impossible task. Like nobody can do it. Nobody can. It's going to be exhausting and you're going to fall down river. And because you don't want to go in that way and because you think you have to go up the river, you're going to feel like you're failing. But actually, you were never meant to go upstream. You're always meant to just go downstream and flow with the river. So that's kind of what I'm getting. Hopefully, one of my many analogies here made sense. Hopefully. Yeah. So to get unstuck, yeah, to see all the opportunities and all these like great ideas that are more aligned with you and your joy and your vision for this work or this thing you're doing. It's like to go and just do some of the things that are more for fun than for like business tasks. So yeah, I don't know. I keep getting that idea of like with like if you have to film something or if you have to like like say you're like also like a photographer and you're like there's just some like photo shoot you want to do because it's just for fun. It's like go do that and watch that you'll get way more business opportunities. Or you get the idea of like, whoa, I could like shift my marketing to be a little more for this and oh my gosh, it's like mind-blowing moment, like doors open. That's what I feel like there's actually a lot of great opportunities, you're just not quite seeing them because essentially the stress is like too high and the pressure you're putting on yourself is so heavy and you're not seeing the other things. So when the flow comes up with the solar plexus and the integrity talks all about the heart and like your heart being tired, like your heart isn't in it around whatever, like that comes back to like whatever you're trying to do for work right now or trying to do for advertising or to get more business is like draining you. It's not, it's taking the joy out of it. And when solar plexus comes up, it says like it gets to the point where it starts to affect like our belief around what we're worth. Like we don't, I'm sure you're experiencing this, so you understand, but you know how we can just cut down like a tunnel of like, oh my gosh, like I'm not getting enough work. I'm not value, like I must not be good at it. People don't want the whatever I am service I have, but it feels like we start going down like a we're not worthy vicious cycle. Like we're not good enough. We suck. Like, you know, like I feel like you're in this, so you're probably vibing with this. And it's just saying all this is coming from essentially trying to like walk up a river that is roaring down the other way. It's like it's almost like let me actually pull a clarifying card here because I'm like maybe the guides will give me a better word for this. Yeah, okay. So sometimes when I see like light worker card, it's kind of like saying like sometimes there's a part of us that's a bit self-sabotagey that can make ourselves a bit of a martyr. And it's not that you are trying to be, it's almost like there's a part of you that's like, no, I should be good enough to make this work. Like I even if it's hard then I should still be able to prove to the world that I can do it. And it's like, oh, it's just not a it's just no, it feels a little self-sabotagey. Um, Once again, I want to be clear, this is not all of you. This just feels like a part of you that's like, Like, I don't know. Like, literally think about that example of like, yeah, a raging river, and then someone being like, no, I can walk up the river. I don't need any help. I can do it. I'm like good enough for this. But then it's like everyone else standing there is like, but why? Like, why walk up the river? Like, it actually doesn't prove anything. Like, it just means you're gonna suffer. It's gonna be challenging, and it's an impossible task. That's the one that keeps coming back to me. It's an impossible task. You can't do it. It has nothing to do with your value or how good you are, or how strong you are, or your skill set. You can't walk up a roaring river. Um, Successfully. It's gonna knock you down again and again. The best you can do is maybe get a step or stand your ground, but even that is almost impossible, if not impossible, depending on which roaring river. If you're thinking with the whitewater rapid rivers I'm thinking of here, you'd be like, you would understand why I'm like, it's not possible. Like, it's not. Can't even touch the ground. So how would you can't even touch the ground. How on earth are you supposed to hold your ground in a roaring river? So anyways, this is I'm really trying to convey how like there's like I think something going on where it's like perpetuating you like feeling worse about yourself, but it's like once again an impossible task. It's the lesson in it, I believe, is to learn to like stop fighting and like let what flows and let like where the river takes you be where you go. There's nothing to fight. Ooh, maybe I like that more. Like, there's actually nothing to fight. There's like so many opportunities if you go with the flow, if you go with the river, and you're like, oh, look at that. There's an otter building a dam in this river, or look at that. There's other people further down fishing in this river, and all these things. Like, there's so many opportunities once you stop fighting because you're spending like think of how much energy it takes to fight that river. You're not going to see anything else, right? And that's essentially what keeps coming up is like you're spending all your energy fighting to keep ground. But if you actually just like tuck your feet up and let yourself flow, you'd experience like flow, bliss, um, opportunity, like all these like you all of a sudden go from fighting to like amazement or yeah, does that make sense? Awe. I get like awe, like, wow, look at all these things here. And then the seer card. So why this one was kind of interesting that it came out with these other two. It talks about like getting honest with yourself in the sense of being like, why haven't I let go? Why am I fighting? And just like knowing there isn't a wrong or a right answer here, but just really getting like some clarity with yourself because I'm sure you've probably asked yourself this, like, why are you fighting so hard? Why do you feel like you need to perform an impossible task? Like, have you done this in other areas of your life? Is this actually something that's very common for you to take on impossible tasks and feel like you can't let go of them until you've accomplished them? But the problem is if they're an impossible task, no one can accomplish them. They're literally unaccomplishable. So it really sets yourself up for failure. And then I feel like it kind of goes into this cycle of like feeling unworthy, feeling like you're not good enough, like you don't deserve good things. Your value goes way down on how you perceive yourself. I mean, your value is always the same, but how you are treating yourself goes down. I want to be clear there. It's how you view yourself and treat yourself that really goes down because others are just like, whoa, like they're just watching you battle it out and like, holy, like, I don't know how they're standing there still. This is wild. Someone needs to help that person. Someone needs to tell them they can go down the river. So people are just like, whoa, whoa. Anyways, yeah. So this is like saying what is coming up for you even as I'm saying all this? Like, is it anger? Is it irritation? Is it like, oh shit, oh shit, maybe I've been doing this? Like just like really getting clear. Because sometimes if like there's another thing I get curious about is like for myself personally, and just kind of what I've seen in like some internal family systems work is if we get like pretty angry when someone says something, like for example for this, usually that is like a manager is kind of what we call them, like an emotional manager or like someone who like manages our own safety and making sure we don't get hurt, who comes up because they're like, hey, like they're getting too close to this. And it's usually these managers don't want us to see this about ourselves because they're there to protect us, essentially. Like they're trying to put up a wall or a guard so that people can't hurt us or the truth of it can't hurt us. So for me, like a good lesson that I learned in life was that if I get like angry because of something like that, like someone says like, "Oh, why are you doing that?" and it makes me angry, and it wasn't like in like if you look at it neutrally, there's no insult there. It's like, "Oh, there's something there for me. There's like a truth there, or there's something there that I'm not seeing." And I kind of feel like the Seer card makes me think of that is like there is like I feel like like a manager or self-regulator or protector, however you kind of want to see it, that's kind of been hiding this like pattern from you. So it's like you can kind of maybe recognize that you do this sometimes or that it's been challenging, but this person's kind of like coming up to be like, no, you don't need to see what we're trying to keep you safe from. And usually what happens with this, it's like there's like a limiting belief that's like, you don't feel worthy of this, or you feel like would be example like maybe like your parents were just so hard on you and were like if you like don't like you have to be the first one to do the most impossible thing, and if you don't do the most impossible thing then like I'm not proud of you. Like it could be something like that. I honestly don't know what the belief is, only you can know, so I'm just giving examples, but I would feel like it's around like feeling like if you don't take the hardest path and you take the easiest one then like your value is like questioned or something like that. But anyways, I don't know. So when I see when you get nervous, focus on service and listen to your intuitive feelings. Um, this is very interesting. So I kind of when I see this like if you get nervous, focus on service, this talks about like if you start like getting really hard on yourself, you start questioning your value, questioning if you're capable of something. It's like once again, just taking a few deep breaths and being like, hey, like what's going on with myself right now? Um, Remembering your why, like why I wanted to even do whatever you're offering or do whatever activity you're gonna do, like kind of getting out of that like I don't know if I want to call it self-sabotaging state, but getting out of that state where we're just like essentially like beating ourselves up and like we're like, we suck, we're not good enough, we should have known better. We can't do this. We aren't good enough. What if we fail them? Like things like that. What if we fail them? It's like, wait, I like all of this isn't on me. Why did I get into this? What am I good at? I'm kind of going the other way where it's like, oh yeah, this brings me joy to do this activity. Because when I do this, I see people like appreciate it, feel better, get to see themselves in a different light. People are lighter or whatever it is. Sorry, it's hard enough to general reading to like give it a specific example when it's a collective reading. So I'm just like throwing examples out there. You take the one that applies to you. But it's just like saying, get out of the I statements, like I suck, I this, I that, and get into like what you offer, how others feel, why you do it. Because yeah, the why brings you back to why you're even doing it. And you're getting out of that like smackdown personal roasting thing. Listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. So this one talks about like kind of also connecting more with the heart. So that's actually good advice. Thank you. um, it's like you might get really in your head when you're like kind of getting hard on yourself. And it's like, what if you get out of your head and get into your heart? Like, why do I love this? Why do I love doing this? What does this bring into my life that's positive? Getting into heart. Yeah. And that makes sense because the heart over here is like, feels like it's being shut down. And then over here, it's like connecting with it again is actually what brings you back to this like more clear seeing things, more presence, more joyful state, more patient with yourself state, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I want to pull a little question card for you here. Just asking any guidance. What does Paula need to know right now? Like, okay. Am I communicating my needs? Your needs matter. What are you needing right now? What are you reading right now that you haven't communicated? What are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? And then it says your action you can take today. Journal these answers. What are my needs? Am I saying no and yes enough based on my desires? Am I telling my full truth? Do I believe that my needs matter, and do I share them with others? Do I ask for what I want? When communicating my needs, what am I resisting with whom? And what do I need in order to feel safe enough to express my needs? It's a really interesting one. And you know what? Let's do one more. Ding. One more. We have what if it was easy? Oh, my friends, this is like a great card for this pile. Because I feel like this is a question that is probably like so obvious, but like I didn't even think to ask. Because I feel like you're like, so and like it's so hard, it's so hard. It's like, what if it is easy? Like that, like questioning what's been going on in your mind, like whether it's subconscious or not. It's like, this is so hard, this is so hard, is what I keep hearing. So anyways, it says it doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease. Call in grace and receive guidance. You are supported. And today's soul action: list 10 possible ideas for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. It's essentially, that's like a good summary card, because essentially what I keep getting for you is look at that. I will do one more apparently. I feel like, yeah, a great summary card of like everything that I'm seeing here. Oh, here's Toby. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Are we? Yep. All right. Please don't knock everything off. Thank you. Yeah. He's looking at me like, oh, you mean I can't do what I want? Okay. How can I be more flexible right now? What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. Yeah. You know what? Yoga could even be good for this, pal, or stretching in general, because I feel like when a card that says flow comes in and you felt quite restricted or stiff, even sometimes physically doing some things that help create more flow in the body can be like a game changer. I would say dance, but I don't know if this pile likes dancing. Ecstatic dance, that could be interesting. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna pull one more card and then we're gonna be at the end of this reading here. Let's see. Let's pull a goddess card for this pile. One more card just to kind of sum up anything for this pile. Sure. I guess we want this one. All right, we have Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Super interesting. Let's read a little statement from her from a guidebook, because, you know, I don't know Mary of Nazareth very well in this card deck. So, okay, so it's kind of long here, but one is standing out to me is talks about, you know, Mary's story, and it says basically that people didn't see her as she was and she was uncelebrated. And then it says but she needed to remember that she was human too. She could have said no, her courage could have faltered, but she aligned with the light. She heard the angel Gabriel's words, "Be not afraid," and allowed the divine story to work through her. And she let joy dictate her response. Mary leads us to trust that we can say yes to what feels light. It doesn't have to make sense or work with the timeline the ego has mapped out for us. In the midst of our ordinary everyday lives, we can say yes to the angels who greets us in the space of our heart, and let the energy of joy give birth to the divine through us. Am I in service to the light within me? It's actually a really good summary too. It's almost like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't even need to comment on that. I just feel like that actually like really aligns also with like what I was getting for this pile, is that I think you're just being so hard on yourself. To answer the question, because I'm not sure if I actually did, your expectations of yourself are so high, and you've set the bar to complete impossible things. Like things that are impossible to complete. Like they're not possible for anyone. It's not like you just weren't good enough. It's like you're something within you is choosing impossible tasks. And like then like some sabotaging fear or something comes up and basically goes, see, you couldn't do it. You're not good enough. And it's like, yo, like, it was impossible. It was impossible. What do you mean? Like, it's almost like there's like this inner bully, is almost how I'd say it. Like, where I want to like stand up for you and be like, hey, like, no one can do that. But it's almost like you haven't realized that. Like, you haven't realized that these tasks are impossible. Um, and so it's kind of been something that this like inner bully can use against you because they're like, huh, they still don't realize like that these tasks were never completable. Like, yeah, like a trickster energy almost. Like, I feel like it makes me think of like how they talk about like people ripping people off or something, like going to what they call like fairs, like where there's like rides and stuff and they have games and then like a lot of the games are rigged so no one can win. I feel like there's a part of you that's like rigging games that you can't win and then like seeing like, oh, see, I can do it, but actually like they know the secret and they have like the dice that work or something and they keep giving you the dice that doesn't. And it's kind of like until you realize that they keep having this power over you, but actually now that you know this, they won't be able to have it anymore. Like impossible tasks are impossible. And once you realize that, it's easy to let them go. Once you realize it has nothing to do with you or your value, it's literally just like the situation, the thing that you're working through is not possible. Does that make sense? Yeah, I hope so. Anyways, that's all I have for you, pile ones. I hope I brought some clarity, some insights, something for you that was helpful. And I'm gonna let you go here. If you like this video, it's super awesome if you leave like a like or a comment on this video because it helps the specific one get more views. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe. That helps the whole channel. And then I do now have a YouTube membership where I'm offering one extended reading and one members only reading a month. You do have access to all the other past membership only readings, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for you, and maybe I'll catch you around sometime. Hello, Pile Twos. So today we're doing an energy check because I feel like the guidance will just align or not align. So that being said, we're just asking, why are you being so hard on yourself, Pile Twos? All I'm like for your high score right now. Some clarity on why you're being so hard on yourself.
Yes.
Come on. Beauty way. Physical. The Rainmaker. Okay, I kind of want one more. Bunch ones. Okay, you know what? I'll put it over here, and we're just gonna pull 20 friends cards. Oh, see, we have Steve emerging. Okay. And oh boy, they keep going for this. I don't usually put real candles in because all my cats like to go for the fire. I don't know why, because then they singe their little whiskers, and it's like, why are you doing that to yourself? Like, you don't go after these ones. They only ever want to go after the real one, but I don't know. I guess cats kind of like to play with fire, don't they? Okay. Okay, Steve? No. No, Steve. It's not good for you. And all right. I feel like these cards aren't quite aligned in the way that I want them to be. Doop. And I want this one over here. Okay, I'm not sure if you... Oh, yeah, you can see everything. Awesome. Cool. Okay, fair warning. I have 4 cats in this room right now. I'm just making sounds, so... if you hear them. Like that, that's Charlie. Yep, that's Charlie. Speaking very high pitched today. Okay, so Pile 4s, you know, I just want to disclose or disclaim here that the message I have for you, I'm not I'm just gonna say what I see coming through. I do not want you to take this as anything that means you've failed at anything or you have not been successful at anything. And why I'm just disclaiming that is a lot of these cards talk about kind of receiving criticism sometimes as like having failed at something, and you have not failed at anything. Oh my gosh, now that is Steve. I don't know why all my cats are keep trying to push things over, which is interesting. It's like they keep trying to tip things over and then that would make them break. So I don't know what that means. Maybe you do. But it's making me a little paranoid about something breaking in this room right now. anyways, so anyways, also if something doesn't resonate, don't take it. Don't take it. But I just want to like put that out there. So that being said, the very first card we have Beauty Way, which is actually like it's a very positive card in a lot of ways. It talks about leading with integrity for yourself, what you kind of knowing like what you deserve, and like whenever I see like a water lily and then like a dragonfly, it's coming out of the water lily. Like water lilies talk about like having come from a hard place, having come from hard circumstances, from a lack of love sometimes, like not having the most loving, grounding, foundational starts in life. But the dragonfly comes through and it's like magic that it's as beautiful and loving and as kind and compassionate as it is. It's magic. And I really feel like this is symbolic of who you are. Like it's magic that you are the person you are despite the circumstances you were raised in. And the other thing I want to just say as I'm like looking at this card is that like you are nothing like your family members. You're nothing like them. The ancestors over here talks about um recognizing what your family is like, how the people in your family have been, but knowing that isn't your karma to carry. You don't have to choose to keep being as they are or having them in your life if it is destructive to you or destructive to other areas of your life. Does that make sense? Like I feel like this is like I just want to take like a deep breath, and I feel like that just feels like it takes some heaviness off, knowing that you don't it's not up to you to make these relationships work. Because essentially you're not the problem. Does that make sense? You're not the problem. So this one keeps saying like um it's okay to let things go. And it's not on you to hold things together, and it's not on you to make relationships work that um I guess aren't loving, aren't supportive, aren't like you could say aren't aligned, but that doesn't quite cover it. Like relationships where you're the only one investing, relationships where you're the one who just keeps like giving and others are taking. And once again, when I get with this dragonfly, is I just keep getting like where there is a lack of love. Like these relationships, it's not that these people can't love. It just feels like they have so much fear and limiting beliefs around getting hurt and wounded themselves that they feel like crusty almost like that you can't find their hearts because it's like it's been buried so deep within them in an attempt at self-preservation. So it has nothing to do with you. And once again I keep getting it's not your karma to carry. It's not your karma to carry. So if you're feeling very burdened by that, it's not on you. It's not on you. Relationships, like they say, is a two-way street. Um, and you have tried to consistently um, show up on your side of the street, but you're waiting for the other person to meet you, and they just aren't. So the beauty ways talks about accepting and understanding, despite the fact that we might not have like how would I put this? Like, even though you might still want to like work or pursue these relationships and like make them more balanced, make them more loving, make them more healed, essentially, you can't do it because you've already done your share and the people there aren't meeting you there. So everything here just says like when I see the indigo card, it means like there will be feelings of hurt here. Like there is feelings of loss and sadness, especially sadness that because I think you really have put in a lot of effort. I think probably your whole life to make these relationships more harmonious and more loving and more supportive. But the problem is like it's not you, it's them. Like yeah. So when I see cut your cords, it's like I feel like on some level that the healthiest thing for you would be to stop putting in all this effort. Because I even am suspicious that this pile has recognize that if you didn't reach out, then these people might not reach out back to you. If you didn't go and meet with them in the physical reality, then maybe you would never actually have to see them because they never come to you. Things like that. So it's like, it's time to just like, not like cut cords with bitterness, but just be like, I'm gonna let this go. I'm just gonna let this go. And I'm gonna stop putting in all this effort, all this energy into something that isn't reciprocal. It's not reciprocal at all. Yeah. And this like goddess card talks about like leaning more into the bliss, like letting go of these things that cause grief, sadness, pain, like I feel like re-traumatization even sometimes, and like stepping into this like I deserve better, like finding the beauty, letting the beauty come in, and honoring that sometimes there is hard decisions to be made on that path, and sometimes it hurts to like let go of things that we really wanted to work out, or when we saw so much potential to just walk away from it. But it's like, but that's the power of it. It's like honoring that there is hard emotions, but it's for the best. Embracing better for yourself essentially is what I'm getting here. The owl card, this one talks about like having friends that are seeing things and that are very protective. So like you might have a lot of friends, or even like, I don't know, maybe a romantic partner or something like that, who is just constantly like, I don't like the way they treat you. Oh my gosh. Sorry, one second. That sounded really bad. Sorry, my cat Steve was chasing his brother out of the room and he smacked into the door instead of going through it. So that was him smashing his little face against a door. Yikes. Poor Steve. Oh, I guess he's over it now, though, because he's going right back for it. Okay, well, talk about some resilience there. Anyways, so you have some friends or someone who like, and this is like someone, they love you. This person loves you. Friends, romantic partner. It could even be maybe you're like, maybe you have your own children and they're like this bird is like very like, I'm tired of seeing this cycle continue. Listen up. This is what I'm seeing happening. This is what I see you doing. And you're just like taking it and it's not okay. So this almost feels like I think you would recognize this friend or loved one because they're almost like to the point of irritation with you for like allowing people to treat you badly. And it's really tricky because it's like I see from you like you're like it's really hard for you to let go of these family members. Like it's like really hard. There's a lot of fear that's coming up. And it feels like it like you're I think you're just so loyal. Like you have really strong belief systems and loyalty and like being there for your family. And it's like it's just like it's a huge value for you, a huge value and priority, and it's like very hard for you to fully let it go. There's a lot of guilt there, I think. And so like this person has been like it would almost see like I want to say chirping you, which is funny because this is a bird chirping you about it, like being like, hey, like I can't be in your life anymore. Like if you keep putting yourself through this, like I'm just done with it. I'm tired. And I just get that there's a lot of point of tension here because this person is just so tired of seeing you go through these cycles with these family members. That they're just like they went from compassionate, I think, to almost like anger. And so what I see here is like this is just like coming through so that you know like why your friends or your loved ones like be treating you like this is just because they're like this is like the most frustrating and most angrying I don't think that's a real word, but like it makes them so mad because these people actually have a lot of love for you. They have so much love for you that they can't handle seeing you go through this. So it comes from a place of love. So what comes through for guidance when this owl card comes through is like recognizing that these people are coming from a place of love and like they're saying things to you because they're tired of seeing um toxic cycles play out essentially. So I don't know if that's like something you're needing to hear or clarity to get around, but it's like your friends aren't disappointed in you, they're angry at how you've been treated and that you like don't see your value and your worth, that you keep kind of going into this cycle. So That's what I'm getting. So the guidance here says basically to like for you to look at what fears come up for you when you think about cutting off connections with your family members, and just being really clear, like really being honest with yourself. Like, is it because like I have a belief that you're supposed to do anything for your family, or blood is thicker than water, or like I feel like there's some sort of belief system that's saying like you really need to check that out and see where that comes from in your, like, is it yeah, like I just getting clarity around it, because this is like talking about your foundational beliefs, because I wonder if there's something here where it's like this belief is so strong that it's over programming, I guess, like what is actually healthy for you. Like it's like there's something here that needs to be looked at about why you're allowing this level of essentially like abuse or like mistreatment, maybe is a better word, in your life from these people. It's because there's something in your belief system and your foundational value system that says no matter how someone treats you, like if their family, it's fine or something like that. I don't know. But I really feel like this is something to explore with a counselor or a therapist or someone deeper, because this feels big. This feels really big. And maybe you've even started to explore it with people, or you've just even thought about it. But I would say I would really suggest that, because this seems like a really, really big thing to why you are hanging around these family members still, even though they are treating you very badly, and they put you in these cycles again and again and again. um Rainmaker. So this card's interesting. I love that it comes up with the ear chakras and release, because it talks about how we're not hearing things clearly. So I wonder if this is a bit connected to the friend card, like your friends are trying to say like you deserve better, like it was very like unkind, or like it was very like just mean or inconsiderate or incompassionate when a family member did this to you, or this person did this thing to you. And it's saying like you can't hear it right now. Like you're not hearing it because um you're not seeing yourself clearly, is essentially it. The Rainmaker is like you can only hear and call in and allow into your life what you can actually see and feel about yourself. So it's saying like there is a block somewhere here. Like there, like it comes back to that foundational belief that I was just saying. Like there's something there, something in your upbringing that told you that you deserved this level of treatment if you weren't something. Like there, it's a pretty deep thing, my friends. Like it's pretty deep. So just talking about how it really, really is something that needs to be looked at and seen so that you can hear things. And it is even saying in this card, like you're not going to be able to really release these cycles of mistreatment, I think, until you see this, like that this is like something that I kind of want to say that you like were raised with. Like this is the value that you were taught about yourself, and this is all you can see. So you literally can't hear um messages around why these things are so unkind or so not okay for you to be receiving. I don't know if that makes sense, but I keep getting like really, really would be beneficial to see a counselor, or something like that. Some kind of person to talk this out or point things out who can be like, hey, like that wasn't okay. Or like guide you to that belief system that is keeping all this in. And then yeah, I kind of talked about this one already, where it talks about how like literally this card talks about like breaking ties with family members that aren't loving, aren't kind, aren't like able to offer you the love and the kindness and support that you're wanting. And the card comes through as like you will be so much lighter without this. Like you will be singing and dancing, I feel like, down the road, without this kind of relationship in your life. Like it, all this heaviness, all this like I kind of feel like bullying of self, all this stuff that kind of happens because of these like huge letdowns with these family members, that all goes away. And you just, I think you're going to be so surprised at how much lighter you feel when they're out of your life. Like, I don't know if you realize how much of the gross feelings are coming from these family members, and like just knowing how they're going to treat you, or dreading how they'll respond, or maybe they have like huge blowouts or freakouts in public places or at events, and like you're always like accommodating them, and like I don't know. I feel like it's very hard. I feel like it's very hard. And this family member or this family member is very, very toxic to you. Yeah, they just can't meet you where you're at. They've never been able to. You've been trying forever. That's what I get. Okay. I'm going to pull a card here. We're getting to the end of this reading. I should just also disclose that. I'm just going to ask, what do you need to hear right now? Pile 2s. What do you need to hear right now? Okay. What are the dominant emotions that run my life? And it says, how do you fill your day? Stress or joy? Trust or anger? Anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek. But when we begin filling every day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. This is fulfillment. Today's soul action: lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your expectations to match your desires. What do you want to feel? Are you willing to let go of beliefs that you have to achieve something to feel it? And okay, middle reserve. I'm not sure if I want that. Anything else for pile 2? What is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? That's a really good one too. What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Today's soul action: it's time to upgrade. Look your beliefs in the eye. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. That's actually a really good summary of what I've been trying to say. Really good summary. All right, this one came out again, so we'll read it. It says, does my life have room for more pleasure and play? And it says, in what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Maybe in certain relationships or with work. It is possible to shift the seriousness of life to experiencing a more creative, wild, and playful side of you. What would happen if you added more play and laughter into your life? What area is lacking this right now? Take time to play. Let go of any need to produce anything. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And the very last card. Very last. No, I want one of the itself one, which is very last card. Anything else before I let this pile go here? What do I need to know here? Okay, past life issues. So I want to be careful with this card. I always say when I pull past life issues from this deck, it means younger life. So it says the situation has basis in one of your, I would say, like in your younger life, in your childhood, when all your beliefs were being formed, where everything was coming up. And like this belief, like essentially was when, I'm sure you've heard this before, but like when we're kids, I think it's from 3 to 7 or something like that. We are kind of in the ego state where like the ego is being developed and we believe anything that happens is because of us. So if there was like a lot of chaos, dysfunction, disorganization in your childhood, especially from 3 to 7, that's like when you go, oh, it's because of me. It's because of what I've done. This happened because I wasn't, and then whatever your ego decided was the truth then becomes like that belief system that you're working from. So that really, really hits for this pile, I think. And then also we have like, look at this, like, it means, you know what? You are the living, compassionate one. You are the living and compassionate one. There's nothing wrong with you. You are love. You're here to teach people about love. You do love others. Yes. Okay. So anyways, this is all I have for you, pile 2s. I hope this got you some clarity or confirmations or something. Whatever you're needing when you first clicked on this reading. And if you like this video, it's super helpful if you leave a like or a comment, as it helps this specific video get more views. If you subscribe to the channel, it helps the whole channel. And then if you like my readings, I do now have a YouTube membership where I offer one extended reading a month and one members only reading a month. You also get early access to any videos that I have already made. And you do have access to all the old members only videos. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, that's all I have for you. And I'm just wishing you luck. I feel like this pal's going to be in a very thinky mood, but maybe that's for the best. Get some clarity around some things. Time to reflect. Yeah, maybe I'll catch you around sometime. Hello, pile threes. So, if you didn't watch the intro, I'm not going to be doing an energy check in this pick a card reading because essentially the energy check will be the card reading. So, that being said, let's pull some cards. So, sorry, let me just move those out of the way. So, all women line for highest good. Why are you being so hard on yourself? Pile threes. Why are you being so hard on yourself? Vision quest. Interesting. Tree of life. What one more? The circle. Cool. Okay. These over here. And I'm just going to pull some clarifying cards. There was... All right. There. And... Cool. All right. Oh, goodness. Can we seal the cards? Up to the next question.
Should we?
More or less. Cool. And I'm going to put those there for that one. Here for that one. Boom, boom, boom. Looking good. Okay, so y'all, despite the fact that you cut a lot of cards, I feel like the message isn't that long. So the vision quest talks about being so busy that you don't have time to hear what you could say the universe has been trying to tell you, your heart's been trying to tell you, your guides have been trying to tell you, what I would actually even say your body's been trying to tell you. Yeah, and it might be busy with just like routines, just kind of having a lot of things that you have on your to-do list right now that you've been constantly trying to get through again and again, and it feels like the list is never ending. So it talks about like it's time to take a pause and like listen in, because here we do have like your guides have been asking, well, it says you asked your guides, but I get like your guides have been kind of trying to tell you some things. You have a lot of answers for yourself within yourself that you just haven't had time to see or hear. And manifestation, it talks about like the answers that you're seeking about the change you're wanting or creating the change that you're wanting in your life. You just literally haven't had time to hear them. So this is like the perfect card for like maybe take time tonight, later today, whenever you're seeing this, to have a time where nothing is scheduled. And I would say maybe make it at least an hour and like maybe a whole evening. I don't know if that's possible for your schedule, but it's just like you have the answer to change kind of the phase you're in. And when I ever get this, I sometimes kind of get like a numb feeling. Like, you know, we're just like checking everything off our to-do list to the point where we're like not really feeling overly present in our life, overly excited. We're just like, oh, and now I have the next thing, and now I have the next thing, and now I have the next thing after that. And tomorrow I still have like 20 other things that I have going. And it's kind of like losing connection with like the joy of experiencing life. So that's what I'm getting for that. And then wind talks about needing a bit of change, changing of perspective. Oh, camera battery dying. Okay, sorry about that. New camera battery in. Okay, so yeah, the wind talks about needing a change in perspective or like just like an altering of how you're doing things. And the clarifying cards we have, this is like communication, and we have like foundations here. So, that is interesting. So I kind of feel like this is saying, from what I can see, this is just kind of like a routine that you kind of get into where you like kind of get into this like, all right, I have to get a bunch of things done. I don't know if numbing is the right word or not for this pile, but I feel like it has a little bit of that vibe where you kind of like numb some things and you just get into productivity, or maybe you turn off your emotions and you're like, all right, this is just what I need to do right now. And it does feel like a past habit that you get into. But the wind does talk about like depending on which like direction it's flowing, like needing more clarity, needing to spend more time with self. Especially when I see like the communication, like mediumship communication card with like communicating with your heart, I do feel like it's very interesting. It's like there's something your heart wants to tell you. There's something in your body that it wants to tell you. You're feeling called to something. I don't know. There's just a message for you there. I just keep seeing that about a perspective, especially because I'm being so called to the hawk here. It's like clarity and perspective around something in your life. So you take that as it resonates, as you've been coming to this reading wanting clarity around something. I just keep getting the clarity is within you. The answer is within you. Your body knows, your soul knows. I feel like I just keep getting like I get like just knowings or downloads or full body understandings. And I feel like you also get that from like these cards that I'm seeing here. And it's just like you need to take time to connect with that because you'll just know. You'll just be revitalized and you'll just know what you need to know. And then over here we have Tree of Life, which talks about getting more grounded. It's like to get more grounded, to be more inspired and more connected. So that's really interesting. And everything here is like saying goddess, emotional sensitivities, fairies. So these are kind of like all the cards that are like you need to have more fun. You need to have more fun and have more play in your life. Yeah, and once again, I feel like you might just be very ungrounded right now because I think you might just be in the kind of like robot mode, like I keep saying, like get things done, check things off list. Feels actually almost like you turn off your emotions a bit or you put them aside so you can be accomplishing in your day. And it's saying like actually it's time to get reconnected to them. You're turning too much into a robot right now, and there's things in the world that you want to do and you're here to experience life. It's meant to be beautiful. It's meant to be experienced. So it also might be why it keeps coming back to it's really important for you to take time to like meditate, journal, have a conversation with yourself, because I think that's also how you get more grounded in your body and more grounded in you. And it keeps coming back to the body, getting grounded into the body. Sorry, my cat. I was going to say, it seems like he's trying to knock over this mirror. Caught it. One moment, please. Okay, that was good timing on my part. I don't know. Like, my cats don't hang out in this room unless I'm in it. And then when they are in it, they just like to knock things over, destroy things. Yeah, I don't know. Too much stuff in this room, I guess. But anyways, yes, getting grounded in your body. So the other thing I wanted to say over here, so this is the circle card, and it's so funny. I'm actually going to read it from the guidebook for you because it's like this card literally talks about learning to dance with life again. And like God Box is all about like manifestations, connecting with your desires, connecting with your joy. What do you want for yourself? Kind of getting out of that like doing things because you're supposed to and back into like doing them for joy, doing them for what you want to experience in life, just like experiencing life. And dancing obviously is like just bringing more joy and going with the flow, because everything here is like getting connected again with what you want and desire for yourself and your joy and the joy of experience, and coming out of like robot mode, too busy to like experience life, too busy to have like joy because you're just checking things off a list and you're a little bit disconnected. So anyways, the circle card from the guidebook says, the essence of this card is the unification and interconnectedness and a sense of continuum in what this card implies. The circle reminds us we are all one, dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, ever-changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. Yeah. It says this card invites you to, as a reminder, blah, blah, blah. The invitation of this card. When the circle appears, it reminds you that you are connected to everything and everyone, including to spirit. Spirit's essence beats in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world, knowing that you count, that you have purpose in this world. Imagine even a smile to a stranger can change the course of a life. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, Know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Stay the course. Keep dancing and all will be well. So I really wanted to say that because everything's like, come back to life, my friends. We need you here. Come back to life. Yeah, I'm not sure where you've gone, but you've not been, whoops, bumped my camera. You've not been fully present, all of you have not been here. I just keep getting that. All of you have not been here. Okay. Just as a little notification here, we are getting close to the end of this reading. I'm just going to pull some cards asking for any further guidance for you. What does pile 3 need to hear right now? Unlike your eyes. Okay. We have, oh, interesting. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? And it says, to create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings and believe we are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. Today's soul action: when we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. Then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you are an empath, you can still be compassionate towards others without taking on their stuff. It is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. So the mantra it suggests, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. I actually really like this because I wonder if that's just what's happened, is you're just doing so much for others that you're like, well, who am I? What am I? What do I need? Okay. Anything else pile 3 needs to see here right now? To whom am I comparing myself right now? Okay. What you are able to see in another is only visible because it is within you, ready to be brought out. Shine light on this feeling of not enough and see the truth. All that you need and want is within you. Stop. So it says today, stop comparing and start creating. I like that. I like that. That's actually a really good one as well. Okay, one more. Who can I serve today? In a world lacking soul-to-soul connections, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? That's interesting because I feel like you're already asking yourself that way too much. So interesting this is coming up. Says, listen to your heart. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. Okay, so I'm almost wondering if this is saying, like, instead of like doing everything for others, what if you just did one thing a day for someone? Instead of like I could get like if this pile is like parents or just really busy friends and co-workers, supporter. I'm not sure if that's the English. Basically, if you support a lot of people, I wonder if it helps for you just be like, who can I support today? I want to choose one person. What can I do for one person today? That's better. And then what do I want to do with the rest of my day? Because I feel like it's like, whew, I think you've got a lot going on and you do a lot for other people all the time. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I have for you, my friends. It was a little bit shorter, but I feel like you're going to get the guidance you need when you connect in with yourself again, recenter yourself. I do actually want to play this bowl for you. So I'll say my little spiel here. If you enjoyed this reading, I so appreciate it if you leave a like or a comment because it helps this specific video get more views. If you subscribe, it helps the whole channel. And then I now have a YouTube membership available where you get members only videos, which is also including some extended readings. You have access to all the old ones, which is cool. Yeah, and then otherwise, I'm gonna play you out here. Bring some more groundedness to you and maybe some more clarity. Anyways, hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you around.